So guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another Red Manx TV video, and in today's video, I'm doing a preview for our game on Saturday as Manchester United take on Wolves. Of course, the game on Saturday is a lunchtime kickoff, so a 12:30 one, and I'm really excited for the game, guys. Of course, it's at the Molyneux, so it's an away game for Manchester United. So if you do happen to enjoy this one, guys, make sure to give it a thumbs up, be much appreciated. Make sure to get involved in the comment section, guys. Let me know your thoughts and your score predictions going into the game, and last of all, guys, most importantly, hit that red button bottom right hand corner to subscribe to the channel. That would help out a lot. But anyway, guys, let's get on to the preview. So guys, that's my team going into the game on Saturday against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Let me know what you guys think down below, and as per usual, let me know your teams as well. I'll be really interested to see what teams you're going to go for this Saturday tomorrow. But I'm really excited to see Rashford back in action. Casemiro, of course, we're all excited to watch play again after that performance against Nottingham Forest. And it's just so refreshing to have a decent midfield for the amount of time we've been suffering, and then we end up bringing the best CDM in the world in. And look at the difference it's making, but we waited such a long time to do it. That's the frustrating part. We've been suffering for such a long time, and you know, we have to relish it. We have to just take it in how good Casemiro is. Because, you know, we knew how good he was before from Real Madrid. You know, we've seen him in Champions League games and etc. But when you watch him week in, week out, you just realise that he's so good. He is world class. Just everything he does. And we've been missing out on that. We've been watching Scott McTominay and Fred for about 2 or 3 years. And that's been the pain. That's been the suffering. And we're finally in a position where we can watch beautiful football. We're finally in a position where we can watch Rashford week in, week out play at his best. Watch the midfield. Watch a decent defence at the back. No more Harry Maguire. No more Victor Lindelof. We're playing with Martinez and Varane now. Rolls Royce Varane. So I'm just so happy that I can actually watch a decent or Manchester United side which screams quality as it should. Because no players like Harry Maguire should be in a Manchester United squad. No players like Scott McTominay and Fred should be in a Manchester United squad. So it's just so good. And, you know, we've just got to take it in for years now. I don't care what anyone says, what rivals say. We've been missing this for years. So, yeah, guys, I'm happy with how we're doing. And I cannot wait to see Rashford and Casemiro back in action tomorrow. Because, as I said, at the moment, they're playing at the top of their game. And when they are really good and can make an impact. But let's talk a bit about Wolverhampton Wanderers. Because they're not the Wolverhampton Wanderers from before. They're not the team that's fighting for the Europa League under Nuno Espirito Santos. They're not the team that's scoring goals week in, week out. They're a team right now who sits in the relegation zone and are suffering big time. You know, this season they could be in a bit of trouble. I don't think they will. I think the appointment of Julian Lopetegui will be a good one for them. And they, you know, his first game, I think that was his first game the other day, his first Premier League game. They scored and they won in the 90th minute, beating Everton 2-1. So that will give them a lot of confidence going into the game. And I think it's their first game as well at home under Julian Lopetegui, so that could throw a bit of a curveball out in itself. But yeah, they still have a lot of good players. They still have Neves, who's caused us problems in the past. Of course, they've got Adama Traore back. They've now got Diego Costa, which is definitely, I'm really excited to see Lisandro Martinez and Diego Costa go at it this weekend, and that's why I want him to start as well, because I think they deal with him really well. You know, Martinho, they got Wang, they've got Trincao they brought in, so their team is actually really good. I think the defence is definitely going to be got at for them. I think Rashford, Martial and Anthony, if he starts Garnacho, will have a field day against that defence because it is not very good. So hopefully we can get at them, and I do see us scoring a lot of goals. Scoring a lot of goals against Wolverhampton tomorrow. So on that note, I'm looking forward to it, because I think Rashford will aim at this one thinking he can score a few more goals. But yeah, Wolverhampton Wanderers at the moment need to improve, and need to improve fast. And again, coming up against Manchester United with the form we're playing and how we're playing, not a fixture they're going to favour themselves in. So, I mean, they have a lot of key players. Adama we've got to watch out for. Diego Costa, of course. Martinho, Neves. But again, if we perform anything like we did against Nottingham Forest, we're going to have way too much for this Wolves side. And I'm just excited to see how we can take it now. Because as I've said earlier, the standard is set. And I want to see that performance against Nottingham Forest in every game for the rest of the season now. Because there's no excuse. They prove what they can do. They prove what they can produce. And as I said, it's a massive thanks and a massive credit to Ten Hag Hag with the way he's dealing with a lot of these players, with the likes of Casemiro, Rashford, making him play at the best again, Martial scoring goals again. And I think Ten Hag now just fix up Anthony a bit, and then we'll have a real attacking force. So yeah, guys, my score prediction, I'm going to say Manchester United 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. I do think we'll win this game, but again, as I've said, going to the Molineux against Wolverhampton Wanderers, there's not normally a lot of goals, so 2-1 is probably a bold prediction, but as I've said, we're going to have way too much for them. We have to win this game, so I'm going to go 2-1 Manchester United. I'm going to say Rashford to score, and I'm going to say Martial to get one. I think the link-up is back. Those two are playing at the top of their game at the moment. Maybe Martial not as much as Rashford, but again, Martial scoring goals. He's got 6 goals, I think it's 6 goals and assists in his last 5 games, so he's doing well stats-based, and that's the most important thing. So he's getting goals for us, he's getting assists for the squad. So I'm going to go 2-1, guys, but as usual, let me know your score predictions, guys. Be really interested how you see this game, because it's a very, very tricky one to analyse, it's a tricky one to go for, and it's a 12:30 kickoff going away to the Molineux, as I've said. So I'm going to go 2-1, but make sure to smash a like, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new, be much appreciated, and hopefully Ten Hag's Tricky Reds will have another win tomorrow, and we'll be talking about 3 points in tomorrow's reaction video. But anyway, guys, that's me done, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. So, guys, my team going into the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers. So, David De Gea in net, Luke Shaw returning back to left back after a very solid performance at centre back. Martinez is back as well, which I'm very, very excited about, and I do expect him to start this game alongside Rafael Varane. So that pairing should be back in action. Wan-Bissaka as well, right back. With Dalot being injured at the moment, I'm really, really happy with Wan-Bissaka. Like, you can credit him, we have to credit him, when he plays well. In the last 2 games as well, hasn't had the time of it really. He's probably been a bit sulky about not being playing behind the scenes and all of that, but he came into these games and he's been performing to a really, really good standard and good level, and he just looks a much better player under Ten Hag. So him I'm really excited to see as well, and of course he's fighting for his spot now. I don't think he should get it. I do think Dalot will always be that #1 guy for Eric Ten Hag and more of a Ten Hag guy, but again, at the moment he's here to help the team and he's doing a very, very good job, so I'm happy with him. Then Casemiro alongside Eriksen, we know how good that midfield is, and I'm excited to see them play again tomorrow, especially Casemiro. Left-hand side, Rashford at the moment playing at the top of his game. I do expect him to have a couple more goals tomorrow, hopefully, so he's got to start for me. And Bruno Fernandes alongside Anthony, who may be a bit of a discussion point with how he's been performing the last couple of games or so, but I do expect him to start this one, to hopefully see Garnacho off the bench again, but it'll be a bit of a statement moment, and that might wake Anthony up if Garnacho does start this one instead of Anthony, but I don't see it happening. And up top, Martial as well. He's performing stats-wise really, really well. May not be performing to the top of his game at the moment, to the Martial we know, but hopefully he can get that under Ten Hag. But yeah, guys, that's my team going into the game. Let me know what you guys think down below, and let's get back to the preview. So, guys, what's going on? So, tomorrow lunchtime, Manchester United will be back in action, taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers at the Molineux. And going into the game tomorrow, I'm not too sure what to think at the moment. On one hand, I'm really, really confident going into the game, considering our last showing against Nottingham Forest, and the players should be confident going into this one, considering how they performed in that game. And I'm still really impressed by that performance. I know it's Nottingham Forest, but these type of games before, at the start of this season, in previous seasons, these games have been a bit of a curveball for Manchester United. It's this type of games where we need to be winning, we should be winning, but we haven't got the result. We've lost to these type of teams, we've drawn games, or we've just got past them 1-0, 2-1, something like that. So it's really, really good to see a Manchester United side deal with a team like this in the way we did. 3-0, clean sheet, everyone performed really well, and it was probably, in my opinion, our best team performance of this season. I know we've had some really good results, and I know we've had some really good performances, but this one, we were just dominant for 90 minutes straight, and it just didn't stop. So I was really, really happy with that. It just shows the progression that this team is making under Ten Hag, the impact Ten Hag is having on this team, and I'm really, really impressed with how we're doing at the moment. It's not where I want to be, it's far from where we need to be as a club, but again, bringing Ten Hag in was to improve this side and get this team back into top 4 this season and get this team back to the glory days. So, so far this season, we're doing really, really well. We're not doing bad, are we? But we've got to keep up for the rest of the season because the standard has been set from that game. But it was a really good performance, and I'm really happy with the result and the way we performed in that game. But we've got to take it into the game tomorrow. But on the other hand, which we'll get onto now, is that we're heading to the Molineux, which we don't really travel well at. That's been shown the last couple of seasons or so. And just this fixture in general is a very low scoring fixture. It's not very entertaining. Our last 5 games against Wolves has seen 6 goals. Only 6 goals. So it just shows how low scoring this fixture is. So on that note, I'm not looking forward to going to the Molineux, especially 12:30 on a Saturday, because we don't normally do that well, and it's been known this type of fixture anyway, never back the early kickoff. So it's going to be tricky, but overall we've got to be winning this game on one hand, because all our teams around us fighting for that top 4 spot also have games. They all have games they need to be winning and should be winning. So we probably have the trickiest fixture out of the top 6 and the players and the teams fighting for the top 4 this season. So that's on one hand could throw up a bit of a curveball as well, but yeah, I'm very confident, and as I said, the players should be confident as well, and we'll have way too much for Wolverhampton Wanderers if we perform anything like we have done against Nottingham Forest. But as I said, I'm going to say, Lisandro Martinez will be back for this game, which is a massive bonus for Manchester United. I'm doing this before the press conference, so I don't know how fit he is, but we've seen him back in training, and if he's ready to start on the bench, or if Ten Hag says he's ready to start on the bench, he's ready to play, and he needs to be alongside Rafael Varane. Of course, he wasn't a big miss against Nottingham Forest, because Shaw played really well at centre-back. But with our next couple of games coming up, I think we have Bournemouth, we have tomorrow when we play Wolves, then we have Bournemouth, and then we have Arsenal, and then we have Man City. So we have some very tough fixtures coming up. So the next game, or this game coming up tomorrow against Wolves, has to be a win. The Bournemouth one has to be a win. And if we can get a couple of results against Man City and Arsenal, that will be a bonus. We've already beaten Arsenal. We need some revenge on Man City. That's going to be a very difficult game. But again, I think with the way we're playing at the moment, we look very good, and we don't look afraid of anyone. So I think now it will be a different story playing City the next time we play them from the last time as well. So I think those games coming up, or the next 2 games, are vital that we get 6 points from 6 in those games. So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts going into the game as well for tomorrow's game. Are you confident about it? Because as I said, it's a game which could throw up a bit of a curveball going to the Molineux. But I will put my team on the screen now.